Hi there, ho there, Wolfpack fans. It's time once again for Wingman Wednesday. I'm Wingman. Was in here, Superman room, just waiting on Wolf. Said he had to go get a very special game for us to review at a friend's house. Thing is, he did actually say how far this friend lives. I don't see how he's going to do it. How in the world do you do that?
It's called instant transmission, man. I had to go all the way to Master Roshi's to get this freaking awesome game for us to play. Dragon Ball Z.
Epic. That was epic, man.
Yep. Pulled my own Goku trick, wearing my new shirt.
That was nice.
So, new episode, new season, new system. Wolfe Wingman Wednesday.
Last season, we actually kept it classic with the NES. This season, it's a little bit different, more modern. It's one of the first disc-style game systems.
Yeah.
The Xbox.
The Xbox. One of my favorite systems, actually.
One of mine as well.
The original Xbox. Now, there's been a lot of really good systems, but, you know, the original Xbox, they brought us really good controllers. They brought us, you know, online play, which I thought they did a great job with the online play. They weren't the first to do online play, but I thought they did a really good job with Xbox Live. The controller was a great controller.
We do have dual analog on here.
Yep.
As you can tell, there's one and there's two.
And it just fits. It fits so good in your hand. Like the button pads, you know, are all here, and you've got your movement and your camera, and you got your triggers. It's great.
They also have that opportunity where you can actually change the button configuration.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of cool.
Now, the original Xbox controller, when it initially launched, turned me off because it was like twice this big, and it had a big hoop down here, and it had longer arms on it. But then they kind of realized that it was huge and bulky, and it wasn't pleasing animatomically to hold on to it. But then they came out with this bad boy, and then with the 360 they've perfected it, and probably the Xbox One is the best controller as far as first-person shooters and stuff goes. Probably the best controller
now
on
when
the
it
market.
comes to like analog, there was one system that had a single analog, which you still have to get back to getting used to.
The M-style, you know, Nintendo 64 controller, I used to be real good with because it introduced the good analog controller in the middle, but I got so used to using these bad boys with great control that it's really messing with me, so it's going to take some practice to gather that skill back. But
now I did get some games for the N64, just in case we actually want to review them. And I heard a pretty nice little price.
I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. I don't count Dragon Ball GT because it wasn't written by Akira Toriyama. That's a story for another day. But I hadn't really played this game much until Wingman brought it over. It says, an adventure of Saiyan proportions. Join the Z Fighters in their first ever action game as you complete the epic journey from the Saiyan Saga through the Cell games. Battle their enemies, discover all new parts of the DBZ story, as you obliterate fully destructible environments, enter their world, and become a hero. Now, obviously we're going to get to the game, but with this season of Wolfe Wingman Wednesday, some of the games I kind of want to talk about the game a little bit more than just showing you footage of the game. And there were a ton of Dragon Ball Z games, and even some Dragon Ball games, that were in Japan that we never saw. And then some of them have been ported over now, and now we've got stuff like Xenoverse and Budokai and some different ones. But I had Ultimate 22 that I got that was a Japan region PlayStation game, which was one of the first Dragon Ball Z games I could play in America when I was a kid. And it was just a 2D fighter, like Street Fighter.
Now, with the actual show itself, in Japan, it actually just it went on
Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball Z immediately following. Basically, the manga was early '80s, and then it ended up being Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z were in the '80s and ran through like the early '90s. But we didn't see it didn't start to get popular in America till like late '90s. Sorry, the phone was ringing. But anyway, the TARDIS was going there on the phone, but it didn't get popular until like the late 90s. Now, actually, when I was about 7, 8 years old, Dragon Ball actually was on TV. It was only a handful of episodes of Dragon Ball, and I didn't see, and I loved it. I didn't know what it was at the time because there was no internet at the time, children. And then I got older, and I realized there was Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. I forget how I found out about it, but anyway, I had gotten a ton of the OVA, the original video adaptation movies on VHS that were all subtitled, and watched a bunch of those, and then watched a bunch of the episodes of Dragon Ball Z in Japanese with subtitles. I was like learning how to speak Japanese. I watched them so much. Oh yeah, well before the show was on TV. And then it hit Toonami in the afternoon when we had Toonami. You know, you had Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, and then it got huge, and it's still continuing on today, and it's one of my favorite things of all time. And I love anime. Wingman loves anime. It's just it's an awesome art style, and there's just great stories to be told. There's just
I do love Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. He may not be a fan of GT. I'm not really. I mean, I got the entire season of that as well.
Yeah.
The entire span.
I just don't care for it.
Just so I had to have them, you know?
Yeah.
But another anime that I actually did really like is Case Closed.
Oh, Case Closed was great. We need to do just some reviews on anime at some time. But here it is. Dragon Ball Z Sagas for the Xbox. Let's pop this thing in and start unleashing some Kamehameha waves and some special beam cannon! Oh, that's a cool, fun fact. See, 1989, the licensing started with Tao Animation, but Atari made this game. That's a blast from the past. That's pretty cool. It's an Atari game.
So I guess we really are taking you back to the past.
Yeah. You know what's neat about this game is it's nothing spectacular, obviously. Let me turn the volume up a little bit on it. It's nothing spectacular. I mean, it's not one of those games where it's like, oh my gosh, this game is just, you know, Alan Wake awesome, or like the first time you played Halo or something. But it's
that was a fun game too.
It's just a good, it's an entertaining game. It's nothing great, but it's Dragon Ball Z, you know. So, and we can play it co-op. So Wolf and Wingman can play this game at the same time. So I'll let Wingman get us going here.
Okay. Do we need any kind of tutorial on this?
Nah.
Okay, so
that's not our style. That's cool. It's like the Scouter.
Looks like you've got the
control of it. Capsule Core. We're just 2 players. Was played on normal. And the Saiyan Saga, The Arrival.
Goku!
Piccolo with cape.
Piccolo. Wearing his weighted clothing.
Years ago, a child of the monstrous Saiyan race was sent across the galaxy to Earth on a mission.
I like how they got the
However,
actual
his
scenes from the
programming
show.
was
Yeah,
erased
some
and he
intro
fell
there.
from a high cliff into the greatest adventure of all time. That boy was Goku.
Kind of feels like you're playing the movie, playing the TV show a little bit. Yeah, see, that's from Dragon Ball there.
Yeah, when he was a little boy. Of course, in GT, they put it right back to being a little boy.
Yeah, because Emperor Pilaf wishes that he
the legendary Master Roshi.
But he still has his extreme power
He set out into
as
the world.
an adult.
Not as its destroyer, as the Saiyans intended, but as its greatest defender. Goku traveled far and wide, battling the evil forces that
That's something I actually thought we could actually pull off.
Selfish desires.
The Nimbus Cloud.
Yeah.
Right on his side.
Me, you riding in on it.
The notorious
Yeah, I couldn't get the
Rebellion
Nimbus Cloud.
And when the
Sometimes, you know, you're supposed to be of pure heart. And I've done some not so pure-hearted things in my life, so I don't know if I'd be able to ride it or not.
Now a new threat has emerged, and Goku stands ready to meet the challenge. The evil Saiyan Raditz has come to Earth.
I like
and
this
kidnapped
digitally
Goku's son,
remastered look to
setting in
this.
motion a chain
Yeah.
of events that will take Goku far beyond the world he has sworn to protect, and force him to test his might against the most powerful villains the universe has ever known. Will Goku prevail against these deadly foes?
I always
It's all
thought that was
up to
kind
you
of cool how he
as the
changed his hair
adventure
color
continues.
when he went Super Saiyan.
So clear the
Okay,
path, collect
now-
4 Z coins.
Right now, Wolf is our big old hero, and here I am spinning around as Piccolo.
I'm flying. We can use key attacks
Here I am floating in midair.
using the B button. I'm kind of running around like a maniac. Oh, Cyberman. which is kind of funny. Oh, here, I'll bring him over this way. Now, how do you power up?
That's what I'm trying to figure out now.
Yeah, you figure it out. I'll beat up this side. Kind of just, you can kick and punch right now. We don't have a whole lot of combos. I think it's funny how the Cybermen just kind of flatten out. You can see, I mean, there's nothing spectacular happening right now. Kind of giving you an opportunity to kind of learn the controls a bit here with the Cybermen. Kind of hard to just talk and play, right? Sometimes. Obviously, they're using key attacks on us. We won't go super far in the game, because it takes a little bit to get to Raditz. I mean, it doesn't take super long, but, you know, there's not a whole lot to see. It's just cool to play as Dragon Ball Z characters. At one point, man, I always grab that Sensu Bean. See, that's a Sensu Bean there. Nail that little red guy. So the red ones blast us with key attacks. You know, this has an arcade feel to it, kind of, like a 3D arcade style. In a way,
You
yeah.
must purchase the special move upgrade to destroy these large boulders.
Says Master Roshi. Yep. Check it out. Look at, he's right in my face. What an idiot. Oh! I'm sure when we get up here, we're gonna have to. I'll do it again.
Goku and Piccolo, the Earth's two greatest fighters, confront the Saiyan invader Raditz. Though his son is still locked away in the Saiyan space pod, Goku refuses to submit to Raditz's demands. He vows to defeat Raditz and save the Earth. or die trying.
Or both.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Here,
fool.
I'll let him punch me in the face. Stand back.
We'll see about that.
No, we're good.
You go twins.
You're going down! Boom!
I think I got him.
Desperate
I
to
might
help
got
his
him.
father, young Gohan's anger explodes, and the incredible powers sleeping within him are momentarily awakened. Gohan attacks and lands a critical blow right into the evil Raditz. Goku summons the last of his strength, and in a valiant effort, sacrifices his own life to ensure the villain's defeat and save the human race from utter destruction. The battle won. Piccolo is confident that Goku's friends will use the power of the Dragon Balls to wish the fallen hero back to life. But with his final words, Raditz dashes Piccolo's hopes by informing him that two even more powerful Saiyans are on their way to Earth.
Yeah, that'd be
In
that
1
bad
year,
if
they
they
will
cheated.
arrive, and they will stop at nothing to have the Dragon Balls for their own evil purposes.
For their own evil purposes.
Yeah, you use all over the place. I had more health capsules and Z coins. I had the sensu bean. You destroyed more objects. I had more melee ratio.
I used more key attacks. I was blowing stuff up. Well, that is
how you destroyed stuff.
that is the first part of Dragon Ball Z Sagas, and it would take us all night to film more. That's the first part of Dragon Ball Z Sagas.
Yeah, there is more to the game, but that
that's-
actually
That took quite a while.
That'd take forever for us.
I mean, you go all the way through the Cell Saga and stuff, and that's a lot of video footage that you'll probably start getting bored with because it's nothing spectacular.
Right.
It's fun to start beating them. It's more fun to play than it is to watch, I think. Some games are real fun to watch.
I
So-
definitely enjoy playing all these games that we've been playing.
Yeah. I think
Even
what
if
we'll
I've
do,
been drinking a little bit, I really don't care. I love the games.
what we'll do is I think we'll probably play this some more later, but that was episode
Z.
1, Dragon Ball Z, season number 2 of Wolfe
Xbox
Wingman.
games. More modern than the last season.
Yeah, real modern for us.
Yeah, dual analog. Gotta love them. I love Xbox.
You know what? I need to show you how to do the instant transmission or make going
Oh
back.
yeah,
and forth a lot easier.
yeah. How do you actually do that?
So what you got to do is you just got to focus on someone with a real high power level, like my dad, Reggie. You know, he's hardcore, just like
He's
Chris.
ridiculous. More ridiculous than the wolf here.
And focused. There he is.
Okay, focus on his dad. Here we go, folks. I don't know if this will have any back.